Hello everyone, Blue Star Saber here once again to discuss the most controversial show on Disney Plus right now, Star Wars The Acolyte, Episode 4, Day. This episode takes place pretty much, right after the events of the first and second episode, as the third episode was pretty much an entire flashback of May and Osha's backstory of how Osha of where they were part of this covenant of witches who had the power of one, the power of two, the power of many kind of chant thing. Very controversial in the Star Wars fandom, pretty much, as well as the fact that the two twins have a sort of origins of that maybe be conceived by the Force and created by twins by the these witches. Though granted, we don't know the full details of that, so or what method they were used to be born. But anyway, they were about to become witches. May became one, but Osha didn't want to. And then the Jedi arrived, offering to give her a spot in the Jedi Order. She accepted, which caused May to get angry, causing a fire, which seemingly killed all the other witches, leaving only her, Osha alive. Was Sol able to save Osha, but May seemingly falling to his death, but we all know that's not the case. Arguably, yes. Last episode was very controversial, and I was kind of very tired towards the end of it, so I was sort of dozing off. Now that didn't seem to stop people from watching and listening to my reviews, at the very least. But yeah, but now that that episode of the flashback's gone, we should arguably be back in the main timeline. Now, granted, I think I'm going to just share my screen a bit just so I can see it, show some of the more latest controversies with Star Wars The Acolyte, as we see here that there's been quite a few controversies with this episode, as well as about how where the creator of The Acolyte thinks that this new show is not is not labeled Q queer or something. Though granted, many people would definitely say the last episode had very queer themes, but or LGBT plus themes. But yeah, and more about Rotten Tomatoes being the lowest score, and of course a controversy with a certain character from the prequels. But we'll get more into that later. Though granted, I have arguably already spoiled that, and yeah, Acolyte continues to be the lowest score on Rotten Tomatoes. Granted, let's see how much of this you can say is a review bomb. Remains up to debate, but nevertheless, the show remains controversial. So anyway, that's all said and done. On to the episode. The episode pretty much starts off with with the rookie Jedi Kanaka, who is just pretty much going to his shelter, getting food ready, and just having a sort of comfortable life of eating in his exile and all that stuff. But yeah, now granted, on his shelter there's some very circular symbols that seems to match the Covenants. Anyway, we then cut to the Jedi Temple, where Jedi Padawan Jackie Lon is pretty much training under what appears to be this ginger-beard Jedi Master Lache, who kind of reminds me of a friend of mine if he grew out his beard or something, but I might be just imagining things. But yeah, Osha comes in to listen to their class, pretty much telling her that telling her that she's came to say goodbye, saying that she's thankful that the Jedi were able to clear her name after finding that May is alive and all that stuff, and glad in some ways glad to learn her sister's alive, but at the same time feels like it's now a Jedi's problem, and that she's not a Jedi, and thinks that it should be too much. She can't really emotionally deal with it. But Jaker, or Lon, if you will, seems to think that Osha still cares about her sister, and even Mon's years of separations. But regardless, Osha does not think it's her, and decides that she let's see, that she's going to head off, but promises to meet Jaker next time she's at Coruscant. Maybe even do a few jokes about Master Soul, about, let's see, adventure stories they both had. Since, let's see, one's a former Padawan and one's a current Padawan. Anyway, we then cut to, like, I believe, the planet Kofar, where the Wookiee Jedi is, where May and her companion Quinma, let's see, loading from the ship, getting surprise, saying that let's see, she's preparing to bark. Krina says that, let's see, he can guide her there, even saying he knows the place because even some bounty hunters don't go in that forest, but he does. Let's see, May is wondering why he's doing this on behalf of his master, but he says that he's risking his life to help her with let's see, with him offering that he needs her help. So let's see, May reluctantly decides to do so since they only have like 3 hours left before sunlight goes away. So they enter the forest together. And then we end up having a cut back to Coruscant, where we see a Jedi meeting where a female Jedi by the name of Holdon says that let's see, talking about May's abilities, saying that she's fast, but she's got let's see, but weak due to her emotions. And then we have what arguably is the most controversial aspect of the episode, is the fact that Ki-Adi-Mundi is alive during the era of the High Republic and a much younger Jedi, because, well, if you go by EU Legends timeline, he is arguably should only be around the prequel trilogy era, and also a few other aspects as well. I'll get more into the controversies later, but arguably the fact that he's alive and something that he should not be alive in this time period. But yeah. So anyway, what was I? Oh yes, Ki-Adi-Mundi, that let's see, she displays some skills with Soul telling them that someone has trained her, which they ask who, and it says that and Soul reveals that May doesn't know the identity of her master but fears him, with Holdon wondering if they are dealing with some splinter order or something. Let's see, when other Jedi start talking about how she could be a major threat, let's see, Soul replies that she's not really that disciplined, but then, of course, you get Master Fenstra Rao coming in, explaining that she has killed 2 Jedi Master, displaying a hologram of 3 Jedi that she's targeting. Let's see, Soul says that, oh yeah, let's see, with Soul even talking, let's see, with even Soul trying to point out that she's just targeting these 3, but Rao points out that he's also a target, since let's see, him along with those 3 Jedi were stationed on Ben Rock when she was a child in her homeworld, and that let's see, May and Rao believes that May's taught on a Jedi based on her observation of May's movements in the hologram. Ki-Adi-Mundi suggests that they inform the Jedi Council, but Rao's against it because that will get the Galactic Senate involved, and with a scandal like this, it will cause some mistrust and division, and also politically damage the Jedi. So she decides to advises her fellow Jedi that they should deal with this matter themselves, and tells Master Holden to extract Kalnaka from his post on Kofar and intercept May. Let's see, with her asking what she do if May doesn't comply peacefully, she says that she should expect violence, and with that, the meeting ends. But anyway, Master Soul ends up following Roat ends up following Master Roldo, pleading with her that he should be the one to bring in May. Let's see, Rohan becoming a bit annoyed with him, asking why didn't he tell me that May survived 16 years ago, with Sol explaining that he did not believe that she could have survived. Let's see, and let's see, so Sol ends up pleading with her that allow him to bring custody, but you got like other Jedi like Holden and Ki-Adi-Mundi watching behind the scenes and all that stuff. Rowan disagrees due to his own emotional and personal connections to Oshra and May, with Sol saying that with May's objectives not really being her own, let's see. So, but which of course gets Roll to agree that May is clearly a part of a larger plan for her master. Something that could possibly tip the scales. So, So ends up warning her that if Holdon kills May, then the knowledge of finding out whatever they can about this master will be lost to them. And he says that May will not surrender without getting something in return, with Ro asking, does he have something in mind? Which Sol nods, it's clearly hinting that it would be Osha. And then we cut to back to the forest, where you have Quimmer and Mai discussing about the whole her master's command to kill a Jai without a weapon, asking if you can take her lightsaber, and kill her, but or is that sort of cheating? But May saying that she's already killed 2 Jedi, but Quirrell points out that you can kill them without being unarmed, since one was a knife and one was poison, or one was a dagger kind of thing. Anyway, May asks Quimmer what kind of deal he has made with her master, but he says that he denies making any deal with the master and says that he collects people, asking if they've seen the master's face, but they both say they haven't. And then when they get towards the forest, which Quimmer disguises as a sort of perimeter, May ends up asking about her sister, not really happy about the Jai status, and asking what she is like to Quimmer, with him saying that Asha does not seem to be fully understanding of her situation, and that she seems to be particularly attached to a particular Jedi master. Which annoys Osha, and about the fact that it's this particular Jedi with Quemar saying that they should continue their hike as they head off to the narrow ridge. Anyway, Osha's walking through a hallway with Pip, seeming ready to head out. One of the species I think we end up seeing there is a what's the species? Ooh, what was the species again? Location, advanced droids. I'm getting the Wikipedia to try and remind me, but I can't seem to find species. What is wrong with me? Ah, yes. What? I've forgotten its name. It was in the Bad Batch. Nope, not that one. Okay, I can't find the name of this. What is the name of this species? What's the name of this species? It's gonna blimming confuse me. Hold on, where is it? Siren, maybe? Hold on. Nope, that's Kiamunde species. Look at me, a Star Wars fan, not knowing the name of the species. Oh wait, I think it might have been a oh yes, a Talafa. Yeah, that's what it was. You see one of those in the background, but I've wasted an entire minute showing how clueless I am a Star species, despite being a Star Wars fan. So we have Asha walking the port. Ready to head off. Her master intercepts her former master. Sol intercepts her, asking that with May trying to apologize for not saying that goodbye during leaving, but Sol asks her to come along with him to hunt May, which Asha's confused. Is are you asking me to come back to the Jedi Order? But says not really. For this own situation, just to help find May, explaining that they need her help in order to do so. Saying that, telling him that once May found out that Asha's still alive, her eyes softened, thinking that there's some potential to make May into a good person, but Asha is, I don't think, quite convinced, and tells Asha that the Jedi will only allow him to hunt May if Asha comes along for the mission in order to find him. and saying that with her that she doesn't really want to harm me, but believes that they're still good. Which you get, of course, Usher replying that she is a murderer, and that points out that she's still technically your sister or family, but let's see. Usher finally agrees to come along, but she insists that not to wear the civilian clothing, which apparently she ends up doing, and there's a sort of grey civilian outfit where you get Jai Yord trying to brief everyone about the mission, saying who's stationed there and on the planet they're going to, but hasn't the team with Master Kalenka, but no one's heard from him for a year, and that he's not really responded to any of their transmissions, which Pip ends up tracking a small furry Tyann, which is called, I think, Basil, and sprays it. But let's see, then you get Usher asking Lon or Jekka about the species and saying that its name is Basil and it's there with them. With Yord asking Usher if she has any questions, but calling her civilian. But she says, no, you did a very good speech kind of thing of like briefing, and that ends that part of the scene where oh, sorry. Oh, did you enjoy this? Oh, Daft Prats. Oh, sorry. Oh, Daft Parts. Sorry, I was too busy doing the summary that I didn't really see your comments. Did I enjoy the episode? I'm just going to say this now. I was rather mixed in the episode. Sorry, I was so busy summarizing that let's see. Okay, as you're saying, it's all good. That I didn't really let's see. I was busy summarizing. I didn't really see this comment. Sorry, I should have gone back and forth to check if someone's there. Daft Pass. I'm just going to continue summarizing. I'm going to give all my thoughts on the episode afterwards, if that's okay with you, Daft Pat. So let's see. So if you just let me just summarize, I'm hoping to try and finish it up quite quickly, and then I can give on to my thoughts. But yeah. So they end up arriving on the planet. You have let's see, Jekka Lon, let's see, using a translator to speak to this one alien about where the Jedi went. With let's see, you get Yord, let's see, clashing with Osha about having a blaster, but she insists to keep it, even though he says it's a property of the Jedi Order. But before the argument can happen anymore, let's see, Jekka comes back saying that Karnaka went into the Force and never returned. So the Jedi end up going in there, walking sort of Lord of the Rings style and Hobbit style, if you will, in this mountains. And let's see, Solo explaining to like Osha that they have a tracker, which is Bezo, and he ends up missing some of Karnaka's scent from her clothing, and then lead them to the pathway in the forest. And this is where Osha asks, let's see, Bezo what he is saying, but let's see if you're saying he can understand and saying that Bezo is his name. Stuff like that. Let's see, and let's see, they end up having a bit of a conversation about, let's see, you not being happy on the mission, but Yord says that I'm only concerned about his safety, but Osha says that she's not happy about being on the mission. Yeah, but then it goes and tells her to talks to her in private, saying that revealing that asking her to promise her something, believing that expressing her concerns that Soul thinks that May can still be saved. Yord still seems to want to trust Master Soul's wisdom, but Osha warns her that if May is unwilling to listen, he asks him to prepare to try and stop her because she's unsure she can do it. But which Yord is sympathetic to, like what Osha's saying, but does have faith in Master Soul that can do something. And then you end up going and they have back to May and Queer going into like a continue into a forest where they are just continuing searching while Basil leads the Jai through the section of forest where these big bug things are lumping around the trees. They go past them, but Asha touches one. It starts moving. It tries to attack her, but Sol cuts in half and defeats it. You get a bit of conversation with Asha and let's see, Lon, I guess you will, about the value of life and Jedi. Let's see about about like death. But Lon saying there's always a pleasure to try and it's always good. It's always a pleasure. It's how do I say it? It's always interesting or something. Yeah, it's always. Oh damn it! I closed my wiki page of the episode to remind me of certain plot details from the episode. So let me just get it back. Let's see. So yeah, Lord replies, it's always an honor to watch a life form transform to the Force. And this is where Asha talks about her disagreements with the Jedi about parting ways because of what happened to her. When it comes to like the afterlife and let's see, Asha saying she had struggled to accept death, and as well as like the whole issue with her sister, with Jekyll Long assuring Asha that they're not defined for what they lose, but what they survive. And let's see, after like sort of a pat on the arm, if you will, they go through the forest, and then we cut back to May and let's see, Quimmer as they're going to the forest, further in the forest. May wants to rest, but Quimmer says that no, let's see, you gotta hurry on, but May wants to rest because she's going to fight a Wookiee, but then goes on like about the final test, but thinks that it's to like teach you a lesson. Let's see, you will kill a Jedi without a weapon, but May thinks that something like that is impossible since Jedi do not attack with an unarmed opponent, and that let's see how it's possible to do it. But Quirmar tries to assure her that the test is not impossible, and thinks that the test is impossible and fears that a master will kill her for failing it. When May accuses Quirmar of not caring for her, he says that he does and offers to get her some water. And says, you know what, you maybe should rest after you leave, or after because you're starting to lose a nerve. And this is where May starts to let's see, look around her surroundings and starts walking off. You see the Jedi let's see, still searching, but they've missed they lost their guide Basil, with Thunder growling like, okay, you know what? We need a guy to tracker to catch our tracker. And I still got the it's all good bit there. I can take that off. And this is when you start hearing Wes Queer heads back to like the air area. May starts crying for help. He runs to her. The Jedi also heard, and they go trying to find her. Let's see. Quimmer gets trapped in a trap rope that May left behind, revealing that she doesn't need to follow her master's commandments anymore because now that she knows her sister's alive, she is going. This changes everything and says that she's loyal to her sister, not Quimmer's master. Feeling that she's going to turn herself into the Jai Kennak and the Jai Order, but Quimmer says that she'll put her in prison. But May says that she won't tell him not if she tells him what she knows, warning her that means the master will kill her. With May saying that you have to find her first and doubt that you'll be able to navigate through the jungle without a guide. With May mockingly tell Quimmer that, let's see, I didn't need you, and then heads off. And this is arguably the most controversial aspect of the episode. And let's see, Darth Paz, I'll tell you, I did not like this bit one bit. So, yeah. So, this is the one part of regardless of what I feel of this episode, this is definitely the part I dislike the most. But anyway, I'm going back to like my summary, and eventually where they the Jedi sort of reach the grove, I think, where May and Baz was supposed where May might have been, but there's no sign of anyone. And Sol starts to feel something with Arsha, ask what it is, but Arsha ends up asking, why did you not let me confront May? But also thinks that she will be ready to face May this time, but Sales tells her that it's more about her trying to face peace, and tells her once they've got May back to safety on the ship, he'll explain everything to her, which leads to some confusion on Arsha's part. But anyway, May ends up getting to Kalnaka's hut, Ritzy going in to try and, granted, ends up tripping first and then meeting Bezo. He cries out. The Jedi realize where they found her. And anyway, you get her to the hut. She tries to find the Wookiee Jedi. And the other Jedi head off with Fandor telling Arsha to wait behind them. Ritzy, you've got... May trying to talk to Jai, but learns that he's actually been, he's been sliced with a lightsaber dead, and this is arguably one of the other controversial things in the episode, which I did not really like, but I'll get that into a minute. But with the Wookiee Jedi dead, May realizes that a master's inside. The Jedi arrive, demanding that those who come in there come and raise their hand. Fender demanding May surrender, and she's just looking for a hole, too nervous to do it. But then Sol turns around, sensing something, and sees behind Arsha like this dark shape figure going behind his former Padawan. All the other Jedi turn to face with and then Arsha looks around, and then this cloaked figure in the helmet, which is obviously May's master, in a sort of helmet with a grunted jaw guard. As he approaches her, the Jedi demand who he is, and everyone stands their ground. With May looking nervously in the hut, with as the master draws his lightsaber next to Arsha, uses the Force to push her aside. The Jedi draw their lightsabers and charge at the the master. He uses the Force to push them all back, ending the episode. And so overall thoughts. Well, a lot of people, from what I can tell, hate this episode, but we'll admit it's better than the last episode. Me, I'm not sure where I still stand on the last episode, but I definitely think this episode did not have quite a lot of improvements. So, Darth Paz, did I enjoy this episode? Frankly, there were parts I did, but there were a lot of parts that I didn't. And I'm going to get into those now. The first big one is the fact that Kalnaka, despite the fact that he's been this Wookiee Jedi that's hyped from like the second episode, and the fact that Star Wars fans have waited ages to see a full-grown Wookiee Jedi in action. It might be Gunji, the youngling Wookiee, but he is not a full-grown Jedi, and he only just managed to survive Order 66, but that's just about it. Whether or not we see him as a full-grown Jedi, that may never happen, but yeah. But either way, the fact that you build so much hype over this Wookiee Jedi, many people looking forward to see this Wookiee Jedi in action, only to find out that he's been killed off screen. Now, okay, props to the Sith the sort of like a master for killing the Wookiee Jedi, but it's just the fact that this happens off screen just feels, just so disappointing. I did not really I did not like that. I was like, oh, come on, I want to see the Wookiee Jedi. Granted, some think that maybe he'll appear again in the flashback, particularly when possibly the Jedi kill that witches of convent or whatever you believe that kind of theory to be. But either way, it's like, it's too late. You've already killed off the hype. I want to see the Wookiee Jedi fight in the present, not the past. But yeah. So I'm not sure how that's going to go down. Let's see. Some believe that the next episode might be a flashback with May's training with the Master. I'm not really sure. I want that. Let's see. But I feel like at this, given the cliffhanger of the episode, I'd rather it be let's see, follow up first before doing that kind of flashback. But yeah. But we'll have to wait and see how the Star Wars creators of the show want to handle that kind of aspect. Another aspect of the episode that I felt was not good was the fact that May suddenly faced her heel turn and decided that, you know what, I don't need my master. I don't need my master anymore. I don't need this mission. I have my sister. I know my sister's alive. This changes everything. I'm going to turn myself in, and I'm going to give all the information to the Jedi about what's her master and reunite with her sister. Which, frankly, this feels way too quick of a heel turn. I mean, granted, we're halfway through the episodes, but still, the fact that it's just but the fact that all these episodes have been like 30 minutes. It's like roughly around the 30 minutes. It feels like there's not enough time to develop develop May to suddenly do this. This maybe feels like something you would probably do towards the epilogue of the series, but no, it's the halfway point. It is the halfway point, if you will. So yeah. Of the show, and frankly, it feels rushed. It feels like it came out of nowhere, and frankly, it seems like it's just a way to prove Saul was right about May. But it's weird because we know that May tried to kill Osha, and Osha pretty much has every reason to distrust May. But yeah, but honestly, it just feels like a quick character heel turn because to match whatever kind of plot that the showrunners of the Acolyte are planning to do, but yeah. So yeah, not a fan of this little bit of the not really a fan of a May suddenly heel turning like that. I mean, it was always possible, but frankly, I feel like it was rather forced. And let's see, and oh, damn, I'm trying to think of the right word. What is the right word to say here? What is the right word to say here? Oh, yeah. It's the Osha. It feels forced and feels like it's just been this character, some sort of character assassination. It feels like character motivations have been destroyed just so that a certain part of the plot ends up continuing. So there is let's see, there is that, just to have that little bit of the plot, especially when you have Osha still convinced that her sister is pretty much a monster that needs to be stopped. But yeah, so there is that aspect. Now anyway, for the Kiadi Monday controversy, I am not too fussed about it. I mean, granted, I feel like him appearing in this timeline is more just fan service for prequel trilogy fans. I could be wrong, but yeah, I think you have the character. Let's see. I don't really mind the fact that you have Kiande Mande in the past, but yeah. I mean, granted, the two biggest controversies is that EU Legends timeline thing, but I will point out the whole EU Legends isn't unfortunately canon anymore. And even if they did, to be fair, George Lucas has actually caused Keon the Mundi to be retconned as to why he had so many wives, as Attack of the Clones revealed that Jedi are not allowed to form romantic attachments. So you had probably, I think, Dark Horse trying to fix this problem down the line. So you had that. But yeah, so the fact that he's more like 100 and something years old now, I don't mind. I mean, it's interesting to see a little younger version of himself. Granted, I don't know if how much of the I'm trying to think of the right words here. What are the right words? Something about I'm trying to think. Kian de Mundi. Let's see. I don't mind him being like being an actor Jai during the whole time period thing with this new canon. Frankly, I think let's see. Yeah, you could argue it's a bit of pandering fan service, but at the very least, I don't think it damages too much of the lore, minus like old EU Legends kind of stuff. But that stuff was always likely to get retconned down the line if George Lucas and Dave Filoni decide to do something different with like than what we are currently doing right now. But yeah. You have a bit of the Creon de Mundi controversy is the fact, does he know the Sith are still about but yet lied to the Jedi High Council? Now, I will admit, for the terms of the whole political thing about the whole politics of like Star Wars, I do like that we am seeing like Master, I believe, what the Million Jedi, what was her name again? Let's see, what was her name? Always forget. Let's see, Fenestra Roath. Let's see. Also, let's see. I do like how talk about with her being like, I don't want to get the Senate involved and dealing with Jedi affairs, so we're trying to keep this under wraps, showing there is some sort of during decline and corruption within like the Jedi Order that eventually lead to their downfall in Order 66 by the time of Revenge of the Sith. Well, granted, that hasn't yet to happen yet, so yeah. So I do like the bit of the politics like that. I also like how I'm trying to remember what else happened in the episode. Hold on. Let's see. I do not think. Oh yes, the whole Kian de Mundi does not know the Sith. I do not believe that he actually thinks that this master figure that Usher's training under him is in fact a Sith, because as one of the other Jedi masters pointed out, there might be a sort of rogue Jedi set that's teaching her the Jedi arts, and I can understand how the Jedi will come up to a conclusion like that, because like no way would someone from the Let's see. No way would the Sith be back, because unfortunately the Sith will not be revealed to like the Jedi Order at least until like Order 66, with the rest of the galaxy not realizing this until like I'm trying to think. What was it? I really got to stop monologuing while tired, but I'm trying to think here. What was it? Yes. I do like the fact that they think that this might be a rogue Jedi set, because let's see, they just cannot believe that the Sith can be alive. I mean, let's see. If Kian de Mundi thinks that this whatever happens in events of the Acolyte are not of the work of Sith Lords, then it's like it's some rogue Jedi faction that needs to be dealt with. So I do like that, and the fact that that's a conclusion the Jedi come to, because they cannot force themselves to believe until the absolute maximum proof is that the Sith have returned, and which was after the events of Episode 1, The Phantom Menace. So you got Qui-Gon. Let's see, not Qui-Gon. Hold on, let me just think. But Qui-Gon is, Qui-Gon dead, and revealed enough to the info to the Jedi Order that the Sith are back. So I think this at the moment does not break Kian Mundi's canon, at least the one done by Disney. The AU Legends. EU Legends Killmonger, yeah, that stuff is going to be contradicted all the way through. Not going to happen in those stories, which might be a shame for many Star Wars fans, but that's just how it is for everyone. So yeah, that's what we have with Killmonger. It's just that he turns out to be much older than we all figured. It's fine because it's not the Legends timeline, and also he doesn't have that sort of just more multiple wives thing, which only end up happening in the comics because something that I think George Lucas ended up decreeing that no living creature can find can go through with emotional attachments and all that. So yeah, that makes sense. So yeah, the Hidan controversy I think is a bit overblown, and yeah, arguably Hidan is one of the few characters from the last two previous series of Naruto that I would probably bring back. So there is that. Anyway, I'm getting a bit off topic. I think I'm starting to talk about Naruto. Anyway, things I'm mixed are other things. Let's see, things I liked. I did like how you had the Jedi walking in sort of Lord of the Rings style, following a sort of Basil tracker in order to find their target. Speaking of Basil, I think he's funny. He was just trying to sniff out everything, but only gets squirmed by a droid, and then end up finding like the locations and then demanding some sort of payment, but annoying some of the members. But nevertheless, he still end up helping with the canvas. But I'm good. I'm losing topic here. I need to head back to what I was saying beforehand. Hold on a sec. Anyway, where was I? Oh yeah, stuff that stuff like Basil. I thought he was funny. Let's see, with Osh not understanding him, Yor does and goes like, "Oh, we need a tracker to find a tracker." When he disappears off to, I thought that bit was generally funny. And he does actually find May before she can do anything, just turn herself in the way she wants to. But that's life, I guess. But yeah. So I thought that aspect of the the episode was at least good. Let's see. Now the whole Usher and Joan thing. I feel like I know that the actress has hinted that it might be sort of pro LGBT thing, though granted, Jai not supposed to form attachments. But I do like the sort of bonding that these two have about about their former master. Let's see, promising to talk more about that next time they come in and next time they deal with they all deal each other meet again. Granted, I do know that the actress it seems to imply that's a bit more of a more intense relationships, but I think most people don't really see it. But I guess happens when you sort of rush everything. Heck, I think even Yakime's face heel. Other than that, I do like seeing the sort of relationship with May and Quimmer, which at this point, we've him trying to believe in her, but she's remaining doubtful before turning on him. Granted, I think they've pretty much suspected that he is in fact the master that Osh is so afraid of, and end up just showing himself in human form just to get a trust and learn things that otherwise he probably wouldn't be able to. So you have that little aspect there for the Acolyte. Anyway, well, what else? Let me just double check what else I have yet to topic. Oh yes, I did like the sort of bug creatures, though granted, I will admit, I feel like when one of them was disturbed and start attacking, get killed, I expected them all to fly about, but I guess the show didn't have the budget to do so, which is a bit disappointing, but I guess it is what it is. But yeah, you got a few more moments with Asha and Lana bonding, which probably get a few certain Star Wars fans excited. But that's just me. Anyway, what else did I like?
What happens when Homer spies on Marge?
Oops, I accidentally played a little short from The Simpsons on YouTube. Please ignore that, as I do not own the copyrights. But yeah, hold on. Let me see what else I have to say. Oh yeah, Usher and Lloyd mixed kind of thing. You have like Lloyd being more hostile about her being a civilian, which I will admit, I do find it's the Usher's reaction to wearing the civilian clothes to be not that, or to be pretty hilarious. It's like, I am not wearing those clothes, but ends up doing so. So and then gets teased for it. But granted, I'm feeling like Yoda's being a bit more hostile towards Asha before finally started being nice to her again. But I guess that's just more of a minor nitpick. But either way, I do like how with this little I'm trying to think what's coming up. What was coming up? I'm trying to find what was the word I just thought of after nitpick. But yes, even though that you had this little like nitpick there, still like with Yoda and Asha. Let's see this argument about what she's allowed to carry off. They're still kind of friends, and Asha still wants to turn to Yord for like if she thinks her sister cannot be saved. That he'll be the one to take her down. Though, granted, I do like how he seems to be quite convinced that Master Soul still believes there's good in her, which I will admit. Let's see, I do think that Master Soul is being a bit naive, but granted, when halfway through this episode and you got May betraying, he might actually have a point. And that might be the whole reverse thing of like good twin, evil twin. So, who knows? We'll have to wait and see how that episode plays out. Give me a sec. I just need to refill my drink. And I'm back, people. Sorry for the delay. Where was I? Yeah, I will admit. Let's see. Yeah, Soul might be a bit too naive in believing Asha's could be there's just some good in May, but Asha's just like not convinced. Though granted, that is I do like the bit where May let's see Soul is telling Asha that he'll explain more things to her thoroughly once they get May to safety. So it seems to more implying that the Jedi did something really bad to the Covenant that they have not yet told Asha about. Now, whether or not how Asha will respond by this truth remains to be seen. But frankly, with like who they're up against at the end of the episode, that might not be the case for much longer. As let's see, what else have I missed? I think I can pretty much. Oh yeah, I like the sort of Lord of the Rings style of sort of walking adventure kind of thing you had, though nowhere near as dramatic. But other than that, the biggest positive thing, I guess, but also somewhat frustrating, is the arrival of the Master. Let's see, sort of, bringing he brought like true terror to everyone that was there. Let's see, May freezing that. Oh God, my Master's here. To him just tossing Asha aside with the Force. Oh, Jedi getting the battle stance ready to charge, but he uses the Force to push them away. So arguably he's quite effective. Though granted, at the same time, it's like, this is how you end the cliffhanger on, which, for the love of God, I hope that it's immediately follow up from like the last 2 episodes and not what was going on beforehand with hope that this fight ends up being more like followed up directly for the next episode and not be like what episode 3 was, where like you suddenly get a cliffhanger back to a flashback. So arguably let's see, I hope that doesn't end up happening, but you never know what happens. But hopefully we will see a fight scene first before let's see, we get any other flashback there. So there is that aspect. Other than that, let's see, I do like the design, the fact that his helmet makes it look like he has teeth, but yeah. So I do like how we saw more of that, but yeah, the cliffhanger is just still like a bit of a problem. Kind of felt like it went too fast. Anyway, with everything all said like this, I'll say this. I don't hate this episode as much as other people do, and I do think this like had a lot of potential, but I definitely feel like this episode failed due to poor pacing time, rushed character arcs, and I guess let's see, over reliance on cliffhangers and I guess shock twists, I guess you could say. But yeah, arguably okay, what was I trying to say? Hold on. Arguably a lot of the stuff here is, let's see, there's a good story in there, but it's just been done sorely mismanaged that it ends up making it not as effective as a final product. And it seems to be a problem that every Star Wars show seems to be having on Disney Plus right now, even The Mandalorian. Well, perhaps maybe the book of, let's see, Andor, but you never know. So, on one hand, there's like the politics of the Jedi, let's see, the sort of politics of the Jedi, a bit of world building, if you will, with all these other planets, and I suppose the bonding with like Usher with like the other characters, even though granted I feel like some of them were a bit forced in likely scenario adventures, but there you are. Hold on a sec. Sorry, hay fever. But yeah, arguably with the you get, let's see. Oh damn it! I've forgotten what I was going to say again. I am not on my best shape when I'm tired. I apologize, folks. Let's see, but yeah, let's see. Good ideas with the whole. Good ideas, poor execution. Like, there's the whole idea of this assassin, this like a hunt for the assassin, but it feels like these episodes should have been way longer, at least maybe 45 to like, let's see, an hour or something, and at least a lot more episodes, because episode 4 feels like there's a huge gap to what happened in the events of episode 2 to now. Feels like there should have been a few more encounters before she just decides to turn herself in to the Jedi Order, which frankly, it's like, you're going to get punished big time for like what you did to the other Jedi there, but she does seem to think she has leverage, but yeah. But arguably, yes. Let's see, better than the last episode, but not as good as, let's see, better than the last episode, but still not as good as like the first 2 episodes, and arguably still not kind of cheaper, and still kind of cheap, if you will. I mean, could have been a lot better if the episodes were like at least much longer, or at least there were a lot more of them to help address and deal with some of the issues that's going on right now with Doctor Who and I guess the world itself. But yeah. So if I had to score this episode, I'd say probably a 4 out of 10. The Wookiee Jai being killed off screen, that was bad. May's sort of heel turn, that was also bad. The Kimani controversy, I think that's fine. I'm not too fussed about it. But yeah, we'll have to wait and see how it plays out. So yeah, arguably, yeah, I'd say about a 4 out of 10. The episode was well, better in some ways. Feels like it went a step down with like certain character choices, if you will. So yeah. Anyway, that's all I have to say about the Acolyte. Let's see for Darth Paz. Let's see. Thank you for the comments. Sorry I cannot respond to them at the time when I was summarizing. I really got to learn to make my summarizes quicker because I'm starting to get a bit tired afterwards. But yeah, anyway, it's not, I don't cry Star Wars is ruined forever over these episodes, but granted, I definitely say the Acolyte is looking more and more to be the weakest Star Wars show on Disney Plus. So yeah. Also, I think there's like a cliffhanger. Let's see, and also like the cliffhanger, which is both on one hand, let's see, the Sith warrior was terrifying, but still it's like you cut straight away to the good part. So there, and also the politics of the Jedi, all that stuff. Let's see, looks like good and interesting, but it gets outweighed by the negatives. But yeah, will that change in the next episode? Who knows? But for now, I am Blue Star Saber signing off. Thank you for all those who end up watching and listening. I hope you enjoyed what I had to say. And goodbye.